This is a lengthy 25-minute video, and I'm sitting here editing it and thinking to myself, nobody will watch it. But hey, I would. So, for anyone who's like me, welcome. This is the full video. Normally, I would trim this off and make it as short as possible and condense so much into a 10 or 12-minute video. However, this is, in my opinion, the most accurate depiction of how my wash day goes. I jump in the shower with old hair, and usually my hair is just shrunken, from dehydration, and I spend a good 5 minutes wetting my hair, wetting it and stretching it like you see me do here. I wet it to make sure that my hair starts to loosen up, and I begin the detangling process here, not when I'm conditioning. I'm making sure that I'm wetting my hair downwards. The water as it hits my hair gives me the stretch. I start to separate my hair slowly, and you will not believe that my hair went from that shrunken state to this in just 5 minutes, but that's what water will do for you. Afterwards, I grab my shampoo, and I'm using the shampoo bar today. I enjoy the shampoo bar. I've got it linked in the description below. Please check it out. It is great for traveling, and I enjoy how much it lathers. Now, I grab my shampoo bar and I apply it to my hair, and then I start to work on my scalp. When I'm shampooing my hair, I work downwards. I do not shampoo my hair into a ball, because that, again, recipe for disaster. I make sure that I shampoo downwards, and I use the interlocking fingers motion to get every section of my scalp. I am addressing my scalp with a shampoo, and I'm also addressing my hair. The shampoo has a pH that lifts the cuticles of the hair and allows the removal of dirt from the hair. It also does the same thing with the scalp. The shampoo has two ends. One of it binds to dirt and sebum and pollution and dust and old product buildup, and the other end binds to water, and that helps take all of that out of our hair when we rinse the shampoo out. It's a beautiful thing. Now, I know many of us have different types of shampoos, which is great. We would like to have a clarifying shampoo, the heavy duty one. However, we only need one other shampoo. It would be great to just simplify things so that we know, right, I've got two shampoos, one clarifying one and one normal one. I know some of us have oily hair or oily scalp, and some of us have dry hair or dry scalp. Whatever the case, please remember that a shampoo made for oily hair would have a higher concentration of cleaning agents in it than one made for dry hair, because we know more oil needs to be removed from the oily hair or oily scalp. The funny thing is, you can achieve very similar results, maybe the same results even, by just varying how much shampoo you use, how often you wash your hair, and how many shampoo sessions you have on wash day. So if your scalp is really dry, maybe wash your hair just the one time. But if your scalp is really oily, using the same shampoo, wash your hair twice on wash day, or wash your hair every 3 to 4 days. Perhaps there's no need to go out and purchase another shampoo for different hair conditions, especially if you have a family and everyone has different scalp and different hair conditions. We can use the same product and just vary how much we use it, how often of it we use, and how many times or how many shampoo sessions rather we have on wash day. Now, in this video, I am washing my hair twice with the same shampoo. My hair needed to be washed twice here. However, I could have gotten away with washing my hair just the one time because I use botanical products that do not cause buildup. I use a conditioner that does not have silicones in it. Again, little to no buildup. And so I could have gotten away with washing my hair just the one time. The idea is to be aware of what we're using and why we are using it. That way, the how just becomes a whole beautiful rhythm, and you don't have to think too much, buy too many products, keep them. Remember when they expire, who needs to use them and when, and you just have one product that does many things for many people in the family at the same time. Now I'm going in with my conditioner and I'm making sure to completely drench my hair in conditioner. I love this Giovanni conditioner I'm using. I love it so much. It does not contain silicones, yet it gives me the slip, it gives me the weight that I need to detangle my hair, and it nourishes my hair beautifully. It allows me to detangle easily so that my strands are just gliding against each other, and it does not cause any friction between my hair strands, and it makes sure that my hair has the weight so that it is stretched enough to detangle. I love this conditioner. Much like the shampoo, if you find a conditioner that you like, that gives you the weight, gives you the slip, helps you detangle your hair, does not contain silicones. Silicones are not the enemy. They're not the worst thing that you could use on your hair. However, just note that they do cause buildup over time. They could cause buildup over time, I should say. And so, if you want to avoid them, great. If you don't, honestly, great as well. However, if you have any conditioner at home, again, it can go a long way. Everyone at home can use it, whether you have dry hair or not, or you have oily hair or not. Anyone can use the same conditioner. A conditioner made for dry hair would have a higher concentration of silicones, right, if it's a synthetic conditioner, or hydrating oils if it's a natural conditioner, say. And so you can achieve much the same results by just varying how much of the conditioner you use, how often you wash your hair, how long you leave the conditioner on your hair, where you apply it, maybe avoiding the roots, for example, if your hair is oily versus applying it from root to tip if your hair is drier, using a lot more if your hair is drier, washing your hair often if your hair is drier. I'm sure you get the gist. Whatever conditioner you have at home, if it allows you to detangle your hair properly, please use it. And everyone at home can use the same conditioner. Remember, a conditioner made for oily hair has a lower concentration or a lower amount of conditioning ingredients in it. And a conditioner made for dry hair has a higher concentration and or a higher number of conditioning ingredients because more hydration is required for drier hair. So you can achieve the same results by just measuring or varying rather the amount of conditioner you use, how often you use it, and how long you keep it in your hair for. Now back to our video. We are detangling our hair here, and I am starting at the ends of my hair and working my way up. Detangling goes by fast for me because of how often I do it. If I detangle my hair every week, it goes by fast. If I detangle my hair every 4 to 5 days, it goes by even faster. One thing I want to point out though is using the same parts. For the most part, I use the same parts in my hair when I wash it, when I detangle it, and when I style it. That way I'm not having to part my hair every single time. The part is always there. I just use the same part, and that lets me get my conditioner or my shampoo or my styler to one section faster and more efficiently. It might be something that you would like to do. It honestly saves a lot of time when you're applying product or when you're detangling your hair. Your hair will naturally fall in the direction that you put the parts in. Now, I make sure that I start with my fingers when detangling. Again, drench my hair in water, apply my conditioner, and I apply enough. Now, I do not do what they say on the bottle, apply a dime size. I don't even know what a dime size, quarter size is. I use as much conditioner as I need to give me the slip to weigh my hair down so that detangling goes by a lot faster. I apply my conditioner. If I need more water, go back under the water, and then I smooth the conditioner in. The conditioner closes the cuticles, nourishes the hair, closes the cuticles, and I smooth it in. Then I go in with my fingers and I make sure that the section I'm detangling is small enough for my hand to hold. That is key. After following all these steps, make sure that you get this one right as well. The section you're detangling needs to be small enough for your hand to hold. I use my fingers and then I go in with my brush, starting at the ends, and I brush from every section of my hair. Please bear in mind that no matter what you do, no matter how often you detangle, no matter how thorough you are, tangles will never ever completely leave your hair. Your hair is never tangle free. There's no such thing. And so maybe that is something we need to stop aspiring for or aspiring towards, tangle free hair. There's no such thing, right? The nature of our hair is that it is curly or coily. They marry each other, all the strands do, and it is just what it is, right? So if you think that you've done a good enough job with your fingers, proceed to rinsing and styling. If you think you've done a good enough job with your comb or your brush, please proceed to rinsing and then styling. One caveat though, if you've just come out of a protective style, you might want to take your time, otherwise your hair might lock up, right? However, please don't try to, the goal is not to have our hair tangle free. There is no such thing. As soon as you finish rinsing the conditioner out of your hair and you go to style it, you will find tangles in your hair. Not big ones, right? But your hair, the way our hair works is this is just what it does. So perhaps if we can set our expectations right, we will not be fighting with our hair every day we go to wash it. Okay, we're on to styling now. Hair is all washed twice, conditioned, detangled, and now we're styling. And these are my parts that I always recycle. I am going in with the Curly Magic and I'm applying enough to my sections to where I know that I have enough product. And let me explain. When you're applying your, say your base gel, like I am in this clip, I apply enough that when I squish it, I can hear the product in my hair. If you have the right ratio of water to product, it's a beautiful thing to experience. Your hair is not just hydrated, it stops dripping because this gel I'm using is a humectant. It contains humectants, and so it just goes in and drinks up the water and holds it in your hair. As you can see, no matter how wet my section is, once I apply enough product, enough gel and I have enough to the water ratio, my hair stops dripping. Once you get your hair to where it is properly hydrated and you apply enough of your gel to your section, not only do you have a proper distribution, but you also have saturation. Those are two very different things. Distribution. Every section of your hair, every strand is covered in product. We want that to happen. We do not want some sections dry and others gelled up. That's not what we want. Saturation. We want each section to have enough product, enough of it, so that your hair actually gets all the benefit that the bottle says it will get. If a product promises something, if it has a claim on it, that's a promise. But if we're not using enough of the product to get the claim, to get that promise, we're doing ourselves a disservice. So please don't water your gels down. Apply enough so that your hair has the proper amount of water to gel ratio. It is properly saturated, and when you squish it, you can hear the squishiness because the gel and the water have mixed together properly. You won't have those white flakes, you won't have those clumps in your hair. You have a nicely evenly distributed product. So apply enough product, smooth and smooth and smooth and smooth. When in doubt, smooth again. If you do not have enough water after squishing your hair, please apply some more water and then go in with some more gel if you need the gel. As a matter of fact, you probably need more of the base gel than you do any other thing that you put on top of that, because the base gel is what goes in the hair, or goes on the hair rather, and helps you hold on to all that water that was in the hair from rinsing after conditioning. Again, work in sections small enough for your hands to hold. Make sure that your section is wet enough to where it is dripping, and then please use a styler that has humectants in it, humectants like glycerin and aloe vera. Use products that have humectants in them. That will help hold on to the water for longer, and your hair will be hydrated for just a little longer. Not for forever, because we know that water evaporates. However, we want something that will hold on to the water in our hair. And then we want to smooth the gel onto our hair. We're not just slapping it on and moving on to our next section. No, we want even distribution across the whole section, and we want proper saturation so that the water and the product ratio is perfect for that section, for your length of hair, for your type of hair, how dense it is, and for how long your hair is. If your gel or whatever product you're using is a thick one, you might need a little more water while you are applying it to your hair. However, if your gel or your product is a little runny or a little thin, then perhaps you do not need quite as much water, so you don't want to dilute the product even further. I spend as much time as possible smoothing and smoothing and smoothing. I do not want any section of my hair to have clumps of gel in it, because right after applying my product, I go and I dry it. I don't smooth outside the shower. So I spend a good amount of time smoothing, applying more water if I need more water, smoothing and smoothing again. This way I know that the product has evenly spread across my section. Now I'm going in with my second gel, and I'm using the Innocence I Create Hold. I love this combo together, and I use it very often. I don't use as much of the second gel, the I Create Hold, as I do the UFD Curly Magic. I don't have to. My hair is already saturated with the Curly Magic. This is just a topper. This will just get my style to last a little longer, give me a nicer cast, the firm hold that I like for my hair. What that hold does is that it keeps my hair clumped in sections to where there's not too much friction happening throughout the week. My hair is not rubbing against each other. The hair is clumped together, so to speak, and remains that way for as long as possible. Not for forever, but for long enough to where I know that I can actually grow my hair in a wash and go. The strands of my hair are not just on their own, just open to the atmosphere, but they are clumped together in sections with a stronghold gel binding them and keeping them in place. Much like with the base gel, I smooth for as long as possible. This is what styling is. It is in the smoothing, it is in the smoothing. We do not want any section of our hair with clumps of gel in it. So we want to smooth and smooth and smooth for as long as it takes to achieve an even distribution of product. Now, using a topper gel obviously does not guarantee that if you live in a humid city, your hair will not start to revert or shrink up. That is not always the case. Perhaps we can teach ourselves to focus on what is important, washing our hair and retaining length, versus on things that are not so important or things that are not within our control, e.g., whether or not we can prevent shrinkage from happening, right? if you live in a humid city like I do, perhaps embrace the shrinkage. Of course, you can look for products that claim to be an anti-humidity product, like an anti-humidity gel. They do exist. However, I think that if we have the right expectations, the right mindset approach in our hair, we will not be too disappointed when our hair starts to shrink up 2 days after we washed it. One thing that I do is I always carry a scrunchie with me wherever I go, because I do not know when I'm going to need to put my hair into a bun. Sometimes it gets that humid in the city I live in. Another thing I do is I wash my hair often enough so that I can redo my style. Another thing I do is I wear a wash and go. No matter how much it gets shrunken, my hair is already in its shrunken state. Yet another thing I do is I get my hair cut into a shape. So no matter how much it shrinks, it is kind of cohesive. It is still cute. It is still, every piece falls exactly where I want it to fall. Right, you get my point. I'm not trying to control how much my hair shrinks, but I'm trying to embrace what my hair does, and I encourage you to do the same. And I'm also ready for if it does shrink and it shrinks up in a way I don't like it. For example, I get rained on. It rains a lot in my city. If that's the case, I throw it in a bun and I call it a day until next wash day, right? It would be great if we can just focus on things that are important rather than things we cannot control. I know most of us don't like shrinkage. I don't either, but we can't control it, and that's just what our hair does. So we can do all the steps, right? We can wash our hair often. We can use good quality products. We can use good quality stylers. Get the elongation we want. We can dry with heat to again give us some more elongation versus allowing your hair to air dry, for example. We can do all the steps and then it rains, or it is just a humid day or a humid week. It is just what it is. It's fine. It happens to all of us, and it's just what our hair does. Please allow your hair to do what it does. That way, we're not always fighting it. Our hair is not something that we have to solve. It's not a problem that we have to solve. It's not a battle that we have to defeat or anything like that. It is just what our hair does. No need to beat it into shape. No need to make it to bend and do all the things we want it to do every single time. Of course, I like a cute style, but we can let our hair do what it does. We can style it and call it a day, whether it is shrunken or not, whether it is stretched or not, whether it is humid outside or it's raining outside, or you've not had time to wash your hair in 5 weeks. Allow your hair to do what it does. Of course, you know you're going to pay the price when you detangle, but if we approach our hair with, look, this is what it does, I think that we will enjoy our hair better, and we will not be afraid to wear our hair out as often as possible. Okay, we are coming to the end of this video. We're almost done styling. I do not spend too much time raking my hair. I spend all my time smoothing the product in, and then I just give it a quick rake with my fingers and I move on to the next section. I do not separate my hair one clump after the other. You can if you want to, that's just not what I do. My raking goes by very quickly, but my smoothing is a lot more intentional. It's in the smoothing that my hair clumps, and then I just use my fingers to rake it and move on to the next section. And this is what my hair looks like once I am all done. And I go ahead and I dry my hair. I am hoping to get a hooded dryer soon, but I use a blow dryer to dry my hair for now, and I of course use heat to dry my hair. So this is what my hair looks like after it's all dry. The shape helps my hair fall into place. Every single section is exactly where it belongs. And my hair moves even though I used two gels. And I wear my hair like this the whole week. Stay tuned. I'm putting up another video that shows you the week in my hair and how the style lasted the whole week and what I did with it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.